One afternoon, you're walking down the hallway trying to get to your next class. You step into an elevator. Just before the doors close, someone you've never seen before steps in behind you. Suddenly, before you've even had a single conscious thought, your brain sends a danger signal. It quietly sends a warning throughout your entire body. Your grip on your phone tightens. Maybe you glance at your phone instead of making eye contact. Without realizing it, you've slipped into a low-level state of alert. In fact, you probably didn't even notice it happening. So, what exactly just happened inside your mind? The stranger hasn't said a word. They haven't made a threatening move. They're probably just thinking about what they're going to eat for lunch. Yet your nervous system doesn't know any of that, because your brain doesn't need someone to actually be dangerous before it prepares for danger. It only needs one thing: they're unfamiliar. And when your brain is forced to choose between assuming safety and assuming danger, it almost always chooses danger first. Why is our brain built like this? Why does it react like this, sending stranger danger signals? Well, to get the answer, we have to rewind a few 100,000 years. During the Stone Age, people lived in a tiny group of maybe 30 to 50 people, and you knew literally everyone, their names, their vibes. A true stranger showing up was rare, and when it happened, it usually wasn't good news. Maybe it was someone from a rival group, maybe they were scouting your camp. Your gut feeling about them was often correct because strangers were an actual plot twist. So evolution wrote one simple rule and shipped it without ever fixing it. Unfamiliar equals danger. Great system for the savannah. Slightly less great when you're just trying to ride an elevator to the fourth floor. Why would evolution build something this obviously flawed? Because fast and wrong beat slow and right, back when the wrong guess could get you killed. If your ancestors' brains sat there calmly gathering evidence about whether that approaching stranger was friendly, they might not survive long enough to finish the analysis. So evolution basically said, forget it, we're optimizing for speed. Better to flinch at a shadow 100 times than miss the one time that could end you. Now zoom back to today. Why doesn't a giant city, packed with more strangers than your ancestors saw in their entire lives, send everyone into a nonstop panic spiral? Well, because your brain quietly adjusts its threshold based on experience, even if the base wiring never actually updates. Keep bumping into strangers safely, over and over, and the alarm slowly turns its volume down. That's literally why people who grow up in big cities tend to feel more relaxed in crowds than people who don't. Not because their ancient alarm system got deleted. It's still there. It just learned through repetition that most strangers, most of the time, are not secretly plotting anything. But it never fully shuts off, and certain situations flip it right back on, instantly. Dim lighting, an empty street, being alone instead of in a group, someone standing a little too close, staring a little too long, moving in a way that doesn't match the room. These are the exact scenarios your ancestors would have flagged as legitimately risky, and your body still flags them today, even if you're in the safest neighborhood on the planet. Knowing all this doesn't switch the system off. You can't logic your way out of a reflex that fast. But it does change what you do with it once you notice it happening. Psychologist Alexander Todorov at Princeton ran a series of studies that reveal exactly how fast this happens. He showed people random faces for 1/10 of a second, and he asked, is this person trustworthy? People answered instantly. The judgments came back remarkably consistent across different people, trustworthy or not, safe or not. And critically, that snap judgment barely changed, even when people were given more time to look. The first impression, formed almost instantly, tends to stick. That answer has almost nothing to do with actual danger. It has to do with unfamiliarity itself. So, next time some random gives you that flicker of unease for absolutely no reason, remember what's actually happening. You're not detecting danger. You're detecting distance. The gap between a familiar face and an unfamiliar one. A gap your brain has been trained for millions of years to treat as a 5-alarm fire, whether or not there's actually any fire at all. You walked into that elevator a total stranger to everyone in it, and everyone in it a total stranger to you. And in that quiet 2 seconds before the doors closed, some ancient alarm system did exactly what it was built to do. Not because the person next to you was dangerous, just because to a part of your brain that never left the savannah, unfamiliar has always meant unknown. and unknown has always meant watch out.